my national championship hat on. And so there's already a little rivalry going. And this tour host who doesn't know much about football at all and doesn't care about football. He's a ghost tour leader, and he sees us kind of going back and forth between Michigan people and Ohio people, and he's like, what's the deal here? Like, why is there already arguing back and forth between my guests? It's like, well, kind of a rivalry here. And so throughout the entire Ghost Tour, there was a lot of people, making comments back and forth. And my daughter, who is 12 years old, did say, well, if we're going to have to sacrifice anybody on this Ghost Tour, we're going to sacrifice that kid in the Michigan sweatshirt.
So she was raised
very proud.
Well. She was raised well. By the way, the phone number, 614-821-9710. 614-821-9710. Visa gift card to give away to whoever calls in. And like you said, our favorite callers of the day, we have that for them. And you put a topic on Twitter this morning.
Oh, boy.
That is an interesting one. And I had to think about this a little bit. So go ahead and tell your topic, because there's obviously some reason something's got you thinking about this.
Yes. So the topic is, what are your pet peeves in sports? And here's the deal. So yesterday I'm watching the Florida-Texas Tech game, and Texas Tech has a big lead late. They're up 9. And I know that a good friend of mine has money on Texas Tech to win the game. And again, this was a big parlay that he put together, and he's wanting Texas Tech to win. And so they're up 9 with about 3 minutes to go, and things are all trending towards Texas Tech. And so I text him. I'm like, congratulations, man. That was such a good pick.
You did this.
I did this. That was such a good pick. I'm really excited for you. Good bet, all this stuff. And then, of course, what happens? Florida goes bonkers down the stretch, hits 3 after 3 after 3, comes back from 9 down to win the game. And my buddy, who was about to win a good chunk of money, just ends up having a really bad beat and losing.
So he probably hates you right now for that.
He hates me. He's calling me a lot of really, really inappropriate names. But I understand it, because it's actually a pet peeve of mine when people congratulate you on your team winning or your bet's going to win before it's officially over. I hate it so much, and I did it to my buddy, and so I deserve all the bad names that he's calling me.
You should have to give him his money back on the bet.
Well,
maybe not the winnings, but whatever he bet, the amount of money, you should have to give that to him, because you hate it yourself.
I do hate it. I do hate it a lot, and I know some people that are really, really bad about it, and but it is one of the things that I hate is when somebody declares that you're going to win. And here's where it stems from. In 2007, when Ohio State was playing Florida in the national championship game, and Ted Ginn ran back the opening kickoff for a touchdown, I had a buddy text me, congratulations, your Buckeyes are going to win the national championship.
We know how that went.
And we know exactly how that went, and I blame that friend. I haven't talked to him in 15 years, okay? I'm still angry that he sent me that text that Ohio State was going to win the national championship after Ted Ginn's return for a touchdown.
So again, 614-821-9710 is the number. It's your show. We'll talk about whatever you want, whether it's a pet peeve, a March Madness memory, some kind of baseball opening day memory. If we want to talk about the Jackets loss last night, the Buckeye transfer portal, whatever, 614-821-9710. And remember, we'll bring you on the air. Tell us what school you represent. We'll play a fun little sounder, and then you can get to what you've got going on. Brad, you're going to kick us off this morning on the Fan Call-In Show. Good morning, Brad.
Hello, guys.
Brad, what school are you representing this morning?
We're going to go on Jonathan Alder today.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, you guys might not agree with this, or you might. I don't know. I have to talk about the Blue Jackets because it's really frustrating. Every little playoffs has been such a grind for the last 20-some years, where some teams it comes super easy, or it appears like Vegas, which I can't stand how that worked out. But anyhow, just wanted to see if you guys think about this. Okay, they put so much into that Stadium Series game, and it almost felt like they won some kind of championship, but it was just another game. I think it took them a while to recover, and I don't know if they're going to bounce back and make the playoffs. I say no.
Brad, I hope you're wrong on that, and I understand why you say that. There is a Stadium Series hangover. It is an outdoor game hangover. Usually that just lasts one game. I don't know if the Jackets has lasted longer or not. This is the one thing I will say about the Jackets right now, and I don't want this to be like a glass half full type thing because I'm not that kind of guy. I think this is just the reality of the situation. Here at the end in this playoff race, since the Stadium Series game, the temperature has raised in these games, right? Like everybody's fighting to get in the playoffs. None of the teams around them are doing very well right now, but they've played the Floridas, the Tampa Bays, some of them. The temperature's raising. You've got kids on this team. It's hard to realize that Cole Sillinger is still just 21 years old because he's a veteran in the league now. This is his third year in the league, but he's still 21. Adam Fantilli, 22. Adam Fantilli, 20. Kent Johnson, 22. Denton Matejchuk, 20 years old. These guys are still young, and this is their first taste of playoff-style hockey where everything ramps up. And it's tough. You've got to get used to it. And we've seen them in a lot of games here recently, even last night. They didn't play well for the longest stretch, and then all of a sudden they kicked it on at the end, and it's really frustrating to us, and I understand that. The other night they fall back behind 3-0. It's just the temperature of these games right now, I think, and luckily you've got Sean Monahan back now. Boone's back in the lineup. Goodbranson is back. Some of these leaders that can hopefully help with that. But these guys are experiencing that for the first time, and the only way you can learn is through this experience.
Yeah, look, I get the Stadium Series, the emotional toll that week was, right? But it was also two enormous wins that week over the Red Wings. I do want to give you updated odds on the Blue Jackets to make the playoffs. Right now, the CBJ are plus 330 to make it. The Rangers are plus 164. The Canadians are plus 310. Then your Blue Jackets, and then the Islanders are plus 430 to make the playoffs. Red Wings 12-1 to make the playoffs. Again, that phone number. This is the call-in show. It's 614-821-9710. We can talk Blue Jacket hockey. We can talk about the NCAA tournament and the Final Four coming up. We can also talk about your biggest pet peeves in sports, whatever you want to talk about. 614-821-9710. We got a $50 Visa gift card going out to some of our top calls today. We're going to go out to the phone lines now and talk to Austin. Austin, welcome to the Fan Call-In Show.
Thank you. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good, Austin. Do you have a school you are representing this morning?
Olentangy High School in Lewis Center.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Go ahead, Austin.
So I've been watching March Madness, and I just wanted to bring up, sorry, but how upsetting it is that Ohio State can't get into the tournament, one, and then two, when they do, they choke. I miss the golden days with Kraft, Diebler, Turner, Buford, when they had some actual talent, I guess, some good talent that would actually take them somewhere. But that's really it.
Yeah, Austin, look, I get it 100%, right? It is really frustrating. March Madness is the best sporting event of the year, but it is significantly downgraded when your team's not in it. Right. It's still a great sporting event, but there's nothing like getting ready to watch your team play in March Madness. So, Austin, I totally get it. I get the frustrations. And it's been a while, right? It's been a long time since we have been able to see the Buckeye team make a run. You know, I was reading an article the other day about that 1999 run. And
God, that was so fun.
We've been talking about the run where Ohio State was making Sweet 16s basically every single year under Thad Matta, and it hasn't happened since 2012, so it's been 13 years. And I got to tell you, it's extra painful when you see Michigan in the Sweet 16. quick story for you here, Ryan. Again, I was gone. I was in Virginia watching, but I was watching Auburn, Michigan with some friends and family, and watching the game. And Michigan has I think they were up 8 in the second half. And Michigan looks like they're in control of the game. And the anger that was going through my body watching Michigan playing the way they were against a 1 seed in the Sweet 16 was just uncontrollable. Like, I was so angry that I walked up, I grabbed the remote, I turned it off and said, we're not watching this anymore. I was that angry. Then I walked out of the room.
I hope you were overruled.
No, I wasn't. Checked the phone about 5 minutes later, and Auburn had taken the lead. And I'm like, okay, we're watching again. And then we enjoyed as Michigan ended up losing the game by a big amount. But it's painful. The tournament is just not as fun when your team's not in it.
No, and this tournament has been really fun. I think we've had some really good games. We haven't had the crazy upsets in this tournament like we have in the past, but I think we've had some fun games, some shootout games, and all of that, some great performances. Unfortunately for Alabama, Mark Sears couldn't follow that performance up yesterday in their game against Duke. But this tournament is fun, but you would have to think how much more fun it would be if Ohio State was in it. Again, the number 614-821-9710. Plenty of lines open up for you right now, and that $50 Visa gift card on the line to one of our favorite callers. More of the Fan Call-In Show coming up next on The Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
Hey, Kroger shoppers, get ready for Customer Appreciation Week happening March 26th through April 1st. We've packed 7 days with amazing deals. And if you're a Boost member, you can save even more. Get excited and get ready to save. Thanks for being such an awesome customer. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Customers can save big on Kroger brand pasta and Kroger brand broth. Select varieties are only 99 cents each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The madness is finally here. No, literally, it's here at Hollywood Casino Columbus at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. The Fan is throwing 24 hours of watch parties this glorious weekend. We even have our own custom shirts for you to win. The biggest screens, incredible food, and madness contests like horse and a 3-point shootout. Grab your friends and your bracket and join the Fan at Hollywood Casino Columbus and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Reserve a table at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey Sports Cards fans, I'm Jeff with my buddy Adam, and we run Huggy Kissy Bear breaks on the Whatnot app. What's a card break? Simple. We open boxes of cards live, you pick your team, and we send you all the hits. With over 2,300 5-star reviews, we're all about you. New to card breaks? No sweat. We've got you covered with a sweet welcome package from us. Download the Whatnot app and follow us on Instagram and TikTok to view all of our past Sugar Bear hits. Huggy Kissy Bear breaks, where collectors win big.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Are you sick of the Ohio winter weather like me? Well, spring camping is almost here, and deals are blooming at RCD RV. From March 15th through the 29th, take advantage of our spring savings event. Over 800 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. Let us help plan a springtime adventure for you. New travel trailers starting as low as $12,995. Campers for every single budget. Visit the locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online at rcdrv.com. Don't wait. RCD RV is your destination for springtime adventure.
The best matchup is you in a new Kia from Coghlan Kia. Get into a new Kia now with $0 down. Get 0% financing on select new Kias and make 0 payments for 3 months on any new Kia in stock. Visit CoglanKia.com.
0% for 72 equals $1,389 per 1,000 financed on Nero EV, EV6, and EV9 with approved credit through Kia Motor Finance. 90 days deferred payments until June 2025. Qualified manufacturer incentives to dealer. Prior sales excluded. No security deposit. Residency restrictions may apply. Offers cannot be combined. See dealer for details. Ends 3/31/25.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I always have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood. It's luscious. I swear by 2 things, water and Weed Man. Weed Man is locally owned and operated by Corbin and Audrey. They will make sure your lawn is weed-free and looking gorgeous. Of course, they get rid of weeds, but they also do aeration, mosquito control, grub control, crabgrass prevention, and flea and tick control for your 4-legged friends. For a free quote, give them a call, 614-733-3747, weedmanusa.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Join Roth Hoffman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week, but not OJ because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall, and it is my time of year. And when it comes to college basketball in March, one thing is for sure, nothing's for sure. Upsets, buzzer beaters, Cinderella's advancing, top seeds going home early. It's all going to happen, so bet the unexpected. Every upset every day with DraftKings Sportsbook. Live betting, exclusive content, promos, and parlays. DraftKings is the ultimate college basketball destination in March. First time, here's something special. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TheFan971. That's code TheFan971 for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
Raising Cane's is celebrating our golden birthday year. Join the party with Golden Chicken Fingers and a limited edition Golden Blush Puppy that benefits local pet organizations. Get yours while supplies last. See RaisingCanes.com for details. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Showers continue for the morning, and it will be on the mild side, but breezy today and warm as temperatures get into the low 70s. However, our chances of severe weather increase for later tonight after dark into the overnight hours, so have ways to get warnings and stay connected to 10 TV for the latest. We will see those temperatures getting into the upper 50s for Monday with cloudy skies. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
The only show where sports talk is eclipsed by food talk. Oh, nuts. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan. The Fan Calling Show. Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The show that allows you, the sports fan, to be the star.
It is the Fan Call-In Show. We are taking your calls. We also have YouTube back up and running. We got a lot of actually really good and funny comments.
Some good stuff on the YouTube.
Already on YouTube, and we'll get into some of those comments in just a minute. We are taking your calls, 614-821-9710. And one of the things we're talking about is different pet peeves in sports. One of my pet peeves in sports betting is something that you just showed me during the commercial break, which is a nice little parlay that was put together that is lost by just one thing. Yours was a Blue Jackets parlay that you put together that lost by just one leg in the, 6-way parlay?
Yeah, it was even more. I think it was an 8-leg parlay. But, it was the other night in the wild, crazy win over Vancouver. 7 legs hit. The only thing I needed was Sean Monahan to get 2 shots on goal. And I thought for sure in the wild and craziness at the end of that game that he got that. But he did not. He only had 1, so
absolutely brutal. A couple other things that I wrote down. One of the things that I hate, and I love March Madness and I love college basketball. It's one of my favorite sports, but I hate the end of games and how long they take to finish. And I know we've been talking about, all these replays and how long it takes to do a replay. That's annoying. Then you have all these timeouts, and in the NCAA tournament, these timeouts are even longer than what they are in the regular season. They're 2-minute timeouts instead of 1-minute timeouts. It's just like the end of games is taking forever, Ryan.
I will give you a specific example on this. So when Ohio State played Wisconsin earlier this year, it was one of the games that was a Peacock exclusive. I was driving home towards the end of that game, and I was listening to Ron and Paul on the Fan, and I pulled in my parking spot out front. There was 43 seconds left in the game. I was like, do I sit here and just listen to this? Or do I run in, try to get Peacock to boot up and get it on in time to... I was like, you know what? This is a close game. Let me run inside. 15 minutes later, the game ended. So I'm glad I made the right choice there.
Well, Ryan, it's even worse in the tournament, though.
Yeah, it's been
because it's like anytime the ball goes out of bounds, let's take 3 minutes and let's slow down to see which fingernail the ball went off of. And it's just like, oh my gosh, it is absolutely brutal. And then those timeouts being 2 minutes instead of a minute. Oh my gosh. I would argue that all of the momentum of your sport is generally going to be the last 2 minutes of a game, right? And all the momentum is killed by how long it takes.
And that's one of my pet peeves on review. Like when we review things, it's supposed to be indisputable to overturn. Right. If you can't look at it within 60 seconds and see what happened, and you're for sure what happened, that's not indisputable. Leave the call and let's go on. Let's move on with our day. Let's move on back to the phone lines. Christian, he called 614-821-9710, and Christian's next on the Fan Call-In Show. Good morning, Christian.
Good morning.
Christian, what school are you representing this morning?
I'm going with, I'm repping the Buckeyes.
I want my painting back.
The painting was a gift, Todd. I'm taking it with me.
Go ahead, Christian. What do you got?
I just wanted to ask you guys. So I've asked a couple people this at work. If you could guarantee that the next year's season for both teams, if you can guarantee that Ohio State for basketball, the men's basketball team, they make the Final Four, or would you rather guarantee that the Ohio State men's football team wins the national championship? Now the catch is the basketball team. They automatically make it to the Final Four. They still have a chance to win the championship. Which would you rather see?
That is a fantastic question, Christian. And what we're going to do, because you came up with a great question, is we're going to hook you up with a $50 Visa gift card. So hang on the line. Cam is going to get your information. The answer is actually relatively easy for me as being a crazy hoops fan. If you're going to sign me up for Ohio State hoops making the Final Four, I'm absolutely taking that. Look, I've seen 3 national championships in my lifetime in OSU football. I love it. Each one has been crazy special. I'll remember them for the rest of my life. But I also know that a Final Four in basketball is number one for me. And so I am taking Final Four in basketball over a football national championship for next year if you're offering one or the other.
So I understand your answer, and I also realize that you're wrong. Okay. Because there's no guarantee there's a national championship, right? If the end goal is a national championship, I have to take the national championship, even though I've seen it in football in my lifetime, and that would be the 4th time I would have seen it in my lifetime, which is pretty special as Ohio State fans. I think we need to sometimes step back and look at the broader picture. That's pretty awesome that in the last 25 years, it's actually less than that, I guess 23 years, you have 4 national championships. That is a pretty special thing. I love Buckeye Hoops. Buckeye Hoops was my number one growing up. That was my number one fandom. We've talked about this. Jimmy Jackson, my favorite Buckeye, always will be. Those Jimmy Jackson Buckeye basketball teams were my favorite. I want them to win a national championship, but just getting to the Final Four doesn't guarantee me a national championship. If you say, what do I want next year? What am I guaranteed? A national championship in one or the other? I'm with you. I'm taking basketball.
Okay, let me put it this way, because now you're a bigger Blue Jacket fan than anything else, right? That is your number one passion is Blue Jacket hockey.
Stanley Cup, by far.
Okay, but I'm not even saying that because he said Final Four or football national championship. So I'm going to put it this way. What if the Blue Jackets have the best record in the regular season next year? You're guaranteed that. Now, I'm not telling you how far they're going to go in the playoffs, but the Blue Jackets are going to have the best record in the NHL going into the playoffs next year, or you can sign up for a Ohio State football national championship. What are you taking?
I'm still going to take the national championship because that's the ultimate end goal, right? That's what I mean. I hate that. Listen, I would love that. Even if you said the Jackets are guaranteed to make the Eastern Conference Finals or they're guaranteed to make the Stanley Cup Finals, God, that'd be tough. The Stanley Cup Finals. That would be a tough one for me. But, I mean, you're not guaranteed to win it all. So I think I got to go with the win it all aspect of this.
Such a great question,
It is a good
Christian.
question.
We love it. We've got a lot of other friends that are on the phone lines. The number is 614-821-9710. We are going to take a very, very quick 2-minute timeout, then get right back out to the phone lines. Give us a call, 614-821-9710. This is the Fan Call-In Show.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings. Want to upgrade your outdoor space? Check out Getchy's in Dublin for a massive selection of maintenance-free poly lumber furniture. It's built to last, no staining, and it's made from recycled materials. Need a storage shed, pergola, or even a garage? Well, they're Central Ohio's trusted dealer for Weaver Barnes as well. If you need a kid's playset, they've got custom wood and vinyl designs built for fun and durability. Stop by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings' huge showroom in Dublin or shop over 7,000 products online at AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
He shoots, he scores! No matter your sport, it's a great time of year to be a fan. But the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. At Maryhaven, we're here to help. Whether it's gambling, drugs, alcohol, or mental health, you don't have to go it alone. With in-person, virtual, and group options, Maryhaven meets you where you are. Always judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today. That's maryhaven.com.
Hey, Sports Cards fans, I'm Jeff with my buddy Adam, and we run Huggy Kissy Bear breaks on the Whatnot app. What's a card break? Simple. We open boxes of cards live, you pick your team, and we send you all the hits. With over 2,300 5-star reviews, we're all about you. New to card breaks? No sweat. We've got you covered with a sweet welcome package from us. Download the Whatnot app and follow us on Instagram and TikTok to view all of our past Sugar Bear hits. Huggy Kissy Bear breaks, where collectors win big.
The best matchup is you in a new Kia from Coughlin Kia. Get into a new Kia now with $0 down. Get 0% financing on select new Kias and make 0 payments for 3 months on any new Kia in stock. Visit CoughlinKia.com.
0% for 72 equals $13.89 per 1,000 financed on Nero EV, EV6, and EV9 with approved credit through Kia Motor Finance. 90 days deferred payments until June 2025. Qualified manufacturer incentives to dealer. Prior sales excluded. No security deposit. Residency restrictions may apply. Offers cannot be combined. See dealer for details. Ends 3/31/25.
We're your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Back to the show of the fans, by the fans, and for these crazy fans. The Fan Call-In Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It is the show for the people, by the people. It is the Fan Call-In Show. And, man, you guys, not only this morning, but the whole time we've been doing this show, have been all in on it, giving us plenty of calls every week and YouTube comments and whatnot, and we appreciate that. 614-821-9710 is the number to call. That's the number Greg called. And, Greg, good morning. You're next on the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning, guys. I'm representing Hartley Hawks.
Go ahead, Greg. What do you got for us?
In keeping with the theme of the earlier segment of Ohio colleges, I'd like for you guys to tell me, there's 2 teams I have in mind, but what Ohio college has the toughest non-conference schedule for the upcoming season? And here's a clue. It's not Ohio State. It's not Cincinnati. I'm wondering if you guys can tell me who the 2 top contenders are.
Well, I would say the Ohio Bobcats are playing Ohio State, who's the favorite to win it all. So I would argue OU for sure. And I don't know all the other MAC schedules. So give us a second team.
I'll give you a clue. They've got a color in their name.
Golden Flashes, Red Hawks,
Golden Flashes.
Kent State.
They got Texas Tech, Oklahoma, and Florida State.
That's a good.
And they have.
OU does.
Go ahead, Greg.
I think you're right, though. I think OU trumps them with the number 1 team in the country, and we'll also have Rutgers, another Big Ten school, and West Virginia on their schedule.
And they've got that Florida and Oklahoma State game back-to-back, Texas Tech in those 2, 3, and 4. So that is a pretty daunting schedule for Kent State there. Thank you for the call, Greg. Dan, you're up next. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. What school are you representing this morning?
I'm going to represent Pick Central. I have a huge problem because I'm an old man. I have a huge problem with impatience in sports. It seems like everybody is far too impatient with what's going on. As far as the Blue Jackets go, everybody's impatient, wants to make the playoffs. And the reality is we had one of our major players pass away this year. These guys have fought through everything and anything. And we've had bad management, but the idea is you put a good product they are doing, and people will show up. And I know winning drives the money base. It drives the advertising. It drives everything. But, man, I lived through 48 years of Washington Capitals hockey before I moved to Ohio, and you don't know what suffering is, people. The reality is, man, our Jackets are playing their rear ends off. And I feel like we finally have a group in there that is putting a product on the ice. Like you mentioned before, how many guys do we have that are under 23 years old? You know, at 23 years old, I was trying to figure out how to get to my first interview. So I would just implore people to be patient, especially with the Jackets. It's just it's fun to watch, I will tell you that. And the fan base is not going anywhere. When you build a fan base and you build that support, it goes hand in hand. And I feel like, switching subject, that's kind of what's wrong with the Buckeye basketball. They built the Schottenstein Center. It alienated people, I think, as far as cozy feeling in relationship to St. John's Arena. You brought corporate sponsors in there, and now you have a hard time being a Purdue, being an Indiana. I mean, and those guys were mediocre back in the day. And now you've got teams like that in Michigan that are at the forefront, and we're struggling. We are really struggling, but I'm going to give them time.
Dan, I appreciate the call a lot, and a lot of good points there, both with the Blue Jackets and Ohio State hoops. And I will tell you, the patience, you're right. There isn't any. There are so many people out there, and I get it, that are like, okay, Jake Diebler, 1 year, that was your year, you're done. And it didn't go well, you didn't make the tournament, out. And it's like, gosh, you're giving a guy who's never been a head coach before 1 year, and you're grading him on 1 year, and that's just not fair, right? I mean, it's really tough to completely turn around a program that hadn't made the tournament in a few years, and your expectations was, you got to be a tournament team in year one of Jake Diebler, and that just was not a realistic. I'm not going to say it wasn't realistic to make the tournament, but for them to turn around that quickly was not in the cards.
And with this Jackets team, outside of the diehard Jackets fans, because maybe this has never been built properly here, the fan base, the loyals are there, and they're not going anywhere. But the peripheral fans, the ones on the edges, you've got to win, right, to get those people in and get them hooked in to become those regular everyday fans that you don't have to worry about. I also think with this Jackets team, you mentioned all the adversity they've been through, and these young guys, I think we want to see them rewarded, right? So that's why it's a little disappointing. You've got here, you were right there. You want them to capitalize on that, finish and get in the playoffs, and enjoy the fruits of this season, because it's been so difficult and it'd be such a good story.
One other thing, real quick, before we go out to Sonny on line one. One other thing about Ohio State hoops going forward. To compete, you have to have the resources, right? And I have been told, and we've been told, that they are doubling the NIL money that is going to be spent on Ohio State basketball for next season. Okay? The money that they spent this year, they are doubling that. So that's going to go a long way. So I say let's reserve our judgment on Jake Diebler for one more year. Good call, though, Dan, about the impatience of fans. All right, back out to the phone lines. We're going to talk to Sonny. Sonny, welcome to the Fan Call-In Show.
Hey, good morning, Sonny.
Okay, Sonny is
Cam,
not there.
did we lose Sonny on line 1? All right, we'll try to get him back. Let's go to Brian on line 4. Brian, good morning. Welcome to the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning.
What school you representing, Brian?
I'm going to break the rules. I'm going to represent the Buffalo Bills.
Seamus O'Toole, Mommy O'Shea. I'm ready to get drunk.
What do you got for us?
I want to rewind to the topic you guys had a few calls ago with what would you take, Final Four or football national championship, and I think you guys failed to give value at the fact that the football championship would have been a back-to-back.
Yeah.
I feel like that in itself.
It's so funny you mentioned that because during the break,
it's something we talked about.
Ryan and I were like, well, now the difference in this football national championship would be that, okay, now you're winning back-to-back, and the fact that you would now have a coach who wins too, right, in Ryan Day, and then you're kind of starting a potential dynasty with Ohio State football winning back-to-back. So, yes, you're right. When that initial call came up, which the call was, would you take Ohio State to make the basketball Final Four next year, which, again, he said make the Final Four. That didn't mean that Ohio State basketball wouldn't win it all by when they made the Final Four. Just doesn't guarantee it. Or take the guaranteed national championship. But you're right. The fact that it would be back-to-back and it would start a dynasty definitely needs to play into that question.
Andrew, you've been holding the longest. You're next on the Fan Call-In Show. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning.
What do you got for us?
I'm repping Ohio State in Springfield, Ohio.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Just a fun general question kind of for you guys. Me and my friends had like a 20-minute debate last night, and you were talking about Final Four and national championship with football. We were talking about if you could be a star, like top 5 athlete, say you're coming out of Ohio State, and you could be top 5 NFL football quarterback star or NBA point guard or star top 5 hockey player, and you're in professional athlete, which sport would you go to? Just wanted to catch your guys' take. Thanks for having me.
Hey, before you go away, what was your answer?
I said basketball would be fun because I'm like 5'9", little white guy, and it'd be sweet to ball out there. But I couldn't pass up. I couldn't pass up on being star NFL quarterback. I think that'd be too cool. So I picked NFL quarterback.
Yeah, great call, great call. What about you, Ryan? Good question. I love this question because this is something you could debate. Because I've had this debate with friends too. Is if you could be a star in any sport. Now this kind of changes the question a little bit. What would it be? And for me, it was golf. If you could be a top 5 golfer in the world, absolutely sign me up for that because you're traveling the world. It's a sport where you don't have a ton of injuries and you know all the stuff that goes with the golf and the longevity of it is incredible. So that would be mine as far as any sport goes. But his question was specifically, if you're an Ohio State player and you're going on to a professional level, what sport would you most like to be great at?
So, and I think golf works for that, right? It's a professional sport.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, we've seen Max Moldovan here recently and some Neil Shipley. Some of the Buckeyes have some success. So I think it's always like the star quarterback, right? That's what you want to be in the star quarterback in high school gets the homecoming queen, and the star quarterback is the thing. But the physicality of football, the schedule of football, I don't think is terrible, right? But the physicality of football is rough. Basketball, that schedule can be tough sometimes too. Hockey, you get the schedule and the physicality. I like your golf one there, but that schedule's kind of nonstop, but you do get to travel.
And you're making your own schedule for the most part.
How about if you're a star baseball pitcher? Like, you take the mound every 5 days, you're jogging and golfing on your days off, I mean, I think that'd be pretty. I would think the life of Paul Skeens.
Yes.
Pretty darn good right now. And he's going to be right now he's not making that money, but he will be very soon. And I think a professional baseball pitcher, that life's probably pretty darn good.
Oh, that's such a good question. Love the questions today on the Fan Call-In Show. Number 614-821-9710. We are going to go back out to the phone lines and talk to our guy, Brian. Brian, welcome to the Fan Call-In Show.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're doing good, Brian. How are you?
Pretty good.
You got a school you're representing today?
Yeah, sure. I actually go with Florida Gators for March Madness reasons.
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
What a comeback for your Gators, Brian. You got to be feeling good today.
Yeah, I'm not even really like a Gators fan or anything. I'm from Ohio. I'm an Ohio State fan, but I chose them for my bracket, and watching them has just been crazy. They've been hitting some clutch shots just in these games they've been playing.
Oh, it's been awesome. Yeah. Go ahead, Brian. What are you calling about?
I was wondering, do you think they're going to go all the way? I think they're probably going to end up facing Duke maybe if all things go as how they look like they're going to go.
Yeah, Brian, it's funny because I think most people, at least around here at the Fan, and most people who I've talked to, had Florida winning it all before the tournament started. And then you watch Duke and how they have played in this tournament, where obviously they just destroyed Alabama. That game was never in doubt. The game against Arizona was relatively close, but never really in doubt whether Duke was going to win that game. But Florida has been through the battles where round 2, it looks like they were going to have a lot of trouble getting by UConn, found a way to win. And then last night, you're down big, down 9 with 3 minutes to go, and find a way to get it done against Texas Tech. I'm a believer that if you find a way to get through and get over the hump, that plays a huge part in helping you win a championship. So for me, I know a lot of people are jumping off Florida and jumping on to Duke. I still like Florida, especially at the value at plus 250.
So I had Florida winning this tournament going in the UConn game. The fact that they got through that and won that against a 2-time defending champion, not the same UConn team, but every team that wins it all always goes through some adversity. That UConn game made me double down on Florida as well. So I still have Florida winning this thing. Sonny, Justin, Jim, Nate, hang on the line. We will get to all of you coming up next. It's the Fan Call-In Show on The Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sports book. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring into savings at Ohio Mulch. Get 5 bags of red, black, or brown mulch for just $10.95 now through April 5th. Save $50 on home delivery too. Visit OhioMulch.com today.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more locally grown goodness to life with a farm-fresh selection of crisp vegetables and juicy, ready-to-eat fruit. Whether topping off kebabs on the grill or adding healthy color to a leafy green salad, your family will definitely enjoy the delicious taste of Meijer produce. Plus, you'll appreciate the selection and savings we have to offer. That's the fresh-picked good life, priced for real life. We work hard to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever for a single line. Just $45 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Too Tired to Cook takeout every week. Get one line on Unlimited Welcome for $45 per month with AutoPay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Columbus Verizon store by April 2nd to save. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on Unlimited Welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Open a money market account at Kemba Financial Credit Union and enjoy 4.40% APY intro rate until 2026. That's 6 times the national average. Get the flexibility you need with easy access to your funds. Don't miss out. Offer expires April 30th, 2025. Visit Kemba.org. Restrictions apply. Advantage status and $5,000 minimum and $1 million maximum deposit required. APY equals annual percentage yield. Comparison based on FDIC average. Federally insured by NCUA.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Is it a game? Is it a practice? Who cares? We're the champs, baby. Join us for live coverage of the Ohio State Football Spring Showcase.
Coverage starts Saturday the 12th at 10.
Your home for spring shenanigans. The Fan.
Bands are us when dreams don't get in. Bands are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
Bands are us when dreams don't get in. Bands are us.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more.
We're catching up with that famous deep-sea explorer, Jacques Black Jacques. Jacques, where are you today?
In Columbus, how?
You're in Columbus. What could you possibly be exploring in Columbus?
The April showers bring flooding to Batmouth.
Oh, I see. Spring rains mean basements are flooding.
This not necessary. Apex Pros.
Not necessary. Call Apex Pros.
A simple zoom pump chick.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble understanding this. Zoom pump check. Sump pump check. Are you saying sump pump check?
Oui.
Yes, of course. Sump pump check from the pros who knows at Apex Pros.
They come to your house.
They come to your house.
They test your zoom pump.
They test your, what is it again?
Zoom pump.
Some pump, right.
All with a 5-star guarantee.
All with a 5-star guarantee. Now, see, I understood that perfectly.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Ever want to be a radio star?
It's all about the radio.
Or at least hear your voice on the air?
The radio's all yours now.
This is the show for you. This is the Fan Call-In Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
3 callers left to get to here during the call-in show, so let's get right to them. Let's head back out to Sonny. I think we got you back, Sonny. Good morning. Welcome to the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning, Baker, Vegas. How you guys doing?
Doing good. What's school you representing?
Going with Westerville South today.
I live in a van down by the river.
All right, Sonny, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I just want.
Oh no!
It's just harder to watch. It's harder to watch a tournament without the.
We're having some phone issues with you, Sonny. There, you cut out a couple times, but I think you were talking about it's harder to watch the tournament without the Buckeyes in it. And yeah, we talked about that a little bit. It's just not the same. As fun as it's been for us, like last weekend, being out at Hollywood Casino and hanging out and watching all the hoops, and it was so fun. Just think how much more fun that would have been with the Bucs in there.
No doubt, and even more pain is the fact that you see the success of a Michigan making it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Even more pain is you see the success of former Buckeyes like Akpara and Roddy Gale do really well. And so that's made March Madness even a little bit more difficult this year. But the good news is Michigan's out and Akpara is – I still root for Akpara at Tennessee. We'll see how he can do today. But, yeah, it is tough without the Buckeyes in it.
Yeah, we're not rooting for Roddy Gale, obviously, because he went. But, yeah, these former Buckeyes, I feel like we want them all to do well. Justin, you have been hanging on for a long time. Thank you for that. Good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. Going to call out of school. Grew up right down the street from Brookhaven High School. Home of Terry Glenn, rest in power. And just wanted to talk about some of the things with Buckeye football and some of the things that I was thinking about. I think this is really going to be a unique season and an exciting season because of some of the role players that have that championship drive experience, might have been playing minor roles, but now they're really going to be battle tested and stepping up leading into a new season. And, I think that the Texas being the first game is probably the best thing that can happen to the Buckeyes. Win or lose, that's going to be a game that could really galvanize the team. It's going to be a battle. Some of the players that I really think will really make a big impact are going to be Will Kazmarek and Bennett Christian. If you want to get pumped up, watch some of the replays of especially like the Tennessee game, the Notre Dame game, of those guys blocking for Quinshon. Not too many people talking about David Sanib-Benosin. I know he can be a bit polarizing, but I think with all that experience, he's really going to play a big role on the team. He's a vocal leader. And then, Jaden Fielding, just going through all that adversity last year, he could really step up in a big way. He might put us over the top versus Penn State or Illinois, or, he might even put us over the top against Ann Arbor on all those experiences. So just really excited. I think there's a lot of potential that maybe people aren't thinking about just with all the adversity that a lot of the role players have went through, and really, really excited for the season.
Justin, it's a great call. The Texas thing might be the best thing now. In years past, that wouldn't have been the best thing for a young team that was, not a lot of experience, but it could just well be the best.
You know what I love, though, and we're going to get to our last caller here in just a second. I love this Texas start the season, and I'm really worried. And this is what I hated about some of the decisions by the selection committee last year. I want them to encourage big-time non-conference games, not discourage. I feel like there is now going to be a trend where it's like, let's play 3 easy non-conference games, and then everybody else get into conference with as many wins as you can. I love the fact that Ohio State's coming off a national championship and going to open with Texas. I love that fact.
Nate, you're our last caller of the day. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning.
What do you got for us, Nate?
All right. Do you think NIL is ruining the integrity or has already ruined the integrity of college sports in general?
That's a great question. I don't know. I mean, who knows what the integrity was there in the past. Now, at least it's all out in the open, so we know at least, right? Yeah, it's so tough. I don't know.
I know. And we have like a minute to get into it. It's a show, or it's a topic we could do an entire hour on. I'll tell you, for me, with the NIL, I think it's fair that these athletes are getting paid, right? These athletes are earning money for themselves. I think it was unfair before. So in that sense, I'm for the NIL. I don't like some of the rules surrounding the NIL. It needs to get figured out. But as far as players being compensated, I'm for that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's the system we got now, though, right? Hopefully we get some rules and guardrails in place. But that's what we're living with. Thank you to all of you for calling in today. We will talk to you next week. This has been the Fan Call-In Show. Fan Sports Sunday next on The Fan.
If you're starting your day any other way, you're doing it wrong. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan.
Hey Kroger shoppers, get ready for Customer Appreciation Week happening March 26th through April 1st. We've packed 7 days with amazing deals. And if you're a Boost member, you can save even more. Get excited and get ready to save. Thanks for being such an awesome customer. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Customers can save big on Kroger brand pasta and Kroger brand broth. Select varieties are only 99 cents each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings. Want to upgrade your outdoor space? Check out Getchy's in Dublin for a massive selection of maintenance-free poly lumber furniture. It's built to last, no staining, and it's made from recycled materials. Need a storage shed, pergola, or even a garage? Well, they're Central Ohio's trusted dealer for Weaver Barnes as well. If you need a kid's playset, they've got custom wood and vinyl designs built for fun and durability. Stop by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings' huge showroom in Dublin or shop over 7,000 products online at AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, three-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, two-time national football champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining Life Search to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to LifeSearch.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. Life Search featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit LifeSearch.com today.
Paying rent can feel like throwing money away. And when you're spending so much, it can be hard to see yourself buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is helping you put your monthly rent towards home ownership with Rent Rewards. For the first time, save up to $5,000 off the cost of your first home just by paying rent. Only at Rocket Mortgage. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states, NMLS ConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on SingleCare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to SingleCare.com or download the free app today.